Two great shots have gone leg side. Fortunate. It's been a great finish to this power play, hasn't it, Hazy? South Africa didn't get off to the fastest start, but now, in the last 3 overs in particular, they've really accelerated. 70 with 2 deliveries to go. And I think Pakistan, it makes sense, try and slow things down. They're almost trying to get through the... Being able to put Pakistan under immense pressure. It's a good opening partnership.
Yeah, they're in total control, these two guys. So the last thing they want to do is do something silly right now with De Zorzi playing superbly with 33 runs off 24 balls only. And Rickleton with his 7 fours in his 34. It's been top stuff from these two opening batsmen for South Africa at the moment. Oh, that's in front. Yep, that's gone. Up goes that finger straight away. They needed that wicket, Pakistan. They've broken this stand. I don't think there's going to be much of a chat. It certainly was adjacent. Come on! They've sent it upstairs. No.
I think they had a discussion, but they decided not to. Have we seen that movie before, Hayes, where there's a break in play and the next delivery is South African, he's on his way? This was just the quicker one. 93 kilometers per hour, and it doesn't grip, it just slides on. And yeah, I would think that looks pretty good, Jason. 2 noises, might have been front pad, back pad, but I think clipping the top of the stumps, there's no doubt about that. And Pakistan eventually, it's the best power play for South Africa on this ground. Previous best was 66, they're 70 for 1. De Zorzi, he goes for 33.
इस आलमी दिन पर सिंजेंटा की है
They've broken this stand. I don't think there's going to be much of a chat. It certainly was adjacent. Come on! They've sent it upstairs. No.
I think they had a discussion, but they decided not to. Have we seen that movie before, Hayes, where there's a break in play and the next delivery is South African, he's on his way?
हमदर्द जुशांदा 1 पैकेट बॉईल करें, दिन में 2 बार पिएं और खांसी और नेज़ल कंजेशन को जड़ से खत्म करें। नो केमिकल्स, नो साइड इफेक्ट्स। आप भी अपनी सेहत को नेचुरली ठीक रखें विद हमदर्द जुशांदा।
जैज़ के पास हर नीड का हल है। बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
Umpire Palaka giving us that signal, which means that Horace Ralph into the attack. Interesting to see how he's going to bowl on this surface. He does have some slower deliveries. But generally it's just right arm fast. If you forget about that medium on that graphic, just right arm very fast.
He is indeed. But the one thing you worked out about him, he doesn't like to bowl in the power plays, does he? He likes the protection back of having your sweepers on the offside and leg sides. Way. This leg sides. Way.
पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ.
Umpire Palaka giving us that signal, which means that Horace Ralph into the attack. Interesting to see how.
के अकॉर्डिंगली जो है आगे बल्लेबाजी करनी होगी. और ऐसा नहीं है अभी वैसा नहीं कर रहे, अभी भी अच्छा खेल रहे हैं और लगातार ऐसी ही बल्लेबाजी कर.
पूरा कर लिया है. सिंगल के साथ दूसरे के लिए भी लौटने की कोशिश, लेकिन सिंगल का ही इजाफा हुआ. तो दोस्तों सिंगल के साथ 70-72
Slight change in the field. Man coming up just to the left of screen. He was on the fence at a deep square leg, just coming into a forward square at this stage. There is a fine leg in possession, just out of the picture, and a sweeper on the offside. It's hitting the back quite hard. That's good rhythm from Horace Ralph straight away. Pretty good pace at the start of his spell. He likes to bowl very quickly. Last delivery at 142 k's per hour, so it hasn't taken him long to hit his straps. It is nice, good direct bowling from Horace Ralph. 3 runs off his first 4 deliveries. Last one at 144 k's per hour. So building up nicely. We'll see some magnificent sunsets if these clouds don't interfere a little bit later. Which you generally see at this venue. Operating still with that slip. Nicely bowled.
Talking about sunset, Hayes, as you went around the country back in the day when you used to start at 2:30, you would get the dusk period where the lights would be turned on, and often the second team would start bowling. But the only problem when you come to Cape Town, the sun doesn't go down until 9:30. So we'll have to wait to see those sunsets as it presents itself. But it also doesn't help the bowling side as much as some of the other venues in South Africa. The only key will be that by the time the second team comes out, it'll be a lot cooler than what it currently is.
Three from the over so far, and that is a top first over from Horace Ralph. Nicely bowled, good pace and very direct. 73 for 1.
कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में. खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ.
जैज़ के पास हर नीड का हल है. बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ.
They beat Australia 2-1 in the 3-1 series, bowled Australia out in Perth for 140 in the last game. Crowds starting to build up quite nicely. Friday afternoon, come down and watch a bit of cricket. It's always a nice festive ground, this one. Oh, he's got him. Drifted him beautifully. Chopped onto the stump. Beautifully bowled. Lovely drift.
Now, Salman Aga, we saw his stats, 28 games, he's only picked up 10 wickets. His economy rate's been good through his career. But boy, oh boy, has he been effective here today. 2.1 overs, the two left-handers who he would have been enjoying bowling to because of the angle. One slid on and clattered into the pads of Tony de Zorzi. That one also slides on, inside edge from Ryan Wickleton onto the off stump. And then all of a sudden, South Africa, after being 70 without loss, 73 for 2, and two big players, guys who got themselves in, have to be on their way. Wickleton goes for 36, 73 for 2.
के इस आलमी दिन पर सिंजेंटा की है दुआ, शाद रहे किसान, आबाद रहे पाकिस्तान। सिंजेंटा, हमारी जमीन, हमारी जिम्मेदारी।
Enjoy unlimited free deliveries and order on and on and on with Panda Pro.
ये मिडाप चेंज ना करे इसके साथ कहीं मिडाप ठीक करेगा ये
Aiden Markram now, 30 years of age. There's a look at his numbers. 72 games, average of 37, 300s, best of 175. Really good performance by Pakistan to get the two hitting batsmen who are playing so well out in a short space of time. Means the skipper, Aiden Markram, arrives at the crease now. Two brand new batsmen for South Africa at the crease. A little bit of drift again there, straight up.
I think both the left-handers were expecting these deliveries to just grip a touch and give themselves some room, but twice probably land in very similar areas from a length perspective. And there's the ecstatic captain. Brings his off-spinner onto the two lefties, and it works a trick. He gets both of them, not just one.
I think the drift both times was quite excessive. If we can get Hawkeye just to show us how much that drift was somehow.
He's getting the badge painted on his, or the flag painted on his cheek. Maybe when it was 70 for 1 he didn't want it, but now that they've 74 for 2, he's like, okay, we're back in the game, give me the flag.
Well said, outside edge. A bit late on that one, Rassie van der Dussen. 91 k's per hour, just sliding that one through a bit quicker. Top over this is picking up a valuable wicket, that of the dangerous Wickleton first ball, and since then he's the last three have been dot balls. Oh, and that's turned sharply. Hasn't played a shot of that, it's gone off the body and it's going to run away for 4. That doesn't seem fair on the keeper for starters, because it's called byes, nor the bowler. It was such a good delivery. 78 for 2.
Wow, this is...
जैज़ के पास हर नीड का हल है, बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
हमदर्द जुशांदा का एक पैकेट बॉईल करें, दिन में 2 बार पिएं और खांसी और नेज़ी कंजेशन को जड़ से खत्म करें। नो केमिकल्स, नो साइड इफेक्ट्स। आप भी अपनी सेहत को नेचुरली ठीक रखें विद हमदर्द जुशांदा।
इस इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
Stock standard that you can say no, that team must stand, and if there's an injury, but they were more than willing to say that's fine, you can make the change, the game hasn't started.
And just another question, Sean. I know you were in the build-up with Fiso talking about the fact that George Linder's not too far away. Maybe they should get him in a vehicle and come here. Could they have actually, seeing South Africa had won the toss and were batting, could they, I guess with permission maybe, could they have said, okay, well, we've called George, but he's not going to be here for a couple of hours?
Well, I think because of them batting first, I mean, he's obviously not in the squad. If they could get a hold of him, I mean, it doesn't matter who you bring in, really. I suppose the risk of trying to find out where he is, he might be on the golf course having a day off or something along those lines. But just after the way he performed in the T20s Player of the Series, he must be full of confidence, and he's played lots of cricket here, obviously at Newlands and in Bullen Park, so he might find he gets added to the squad for the rest of the series if it's a serious injury to Keshav. This one just stayed down a bit. We've seen this is kind of what I remember Bullen Park being, that if you were nice and straight, particularly once that ball got old, you could target the stumps because the odd one would just keep a little bit lower more than bounce.
So one turned considerably in the last over. That one's just stayed down a bit at good pace too. First ball of the over, 146 k's per hour. That's nicely worked. So to come back for 2. You might remember, Sean, George Linder in that T20 series.
बड़ी ही जबरदस्त बैटिंग करते हुए टीम साउथ अफ्रीका के ये बल्लेबाज, और आगे बढ़ते हुए रसिवन डॉसन 7 के स्कोर पे मौजूद है। 11 गेंदों का कर रखा है सामना। बॉलर है तैयार, हारिस रऊफ राइट आर्म ओवर द विकेट दौड़ते हुए आए, गेंद किया इस बार अच्छा कमबैक करते हुए हारिस, जिनकी ये गेंद स्टंप्स की लाइन में 104
let him.
Game. I'll just leave the computer game out of it. More importantly, what is the computer game that takes time off your watch?
Exactly. Last ball the over. George Linder had a magnificent game when he got player of the match, that's for sure. 13 overs gone, 86 for 2.
के इस आलमी दिन पर हमारी जमीन हमारी जिम्मेदारी।
In fact, 70 for 1 it was, with the wicket falling just before the turnovers were up. So Stubbs, 24 years of age. Magnificent 100 against Sri Lanka in the longest form. Seriously good player, Tristan Stubbs, average of 50, strike rate of 90. Already got 100 in his 8 games.
Yeah, he showed us batting ability in the different formats, but really came good in the UAE in the one-day format.
Got that one away off the edge and off the mark.
I think the South African batters are guessing at the moment. This is Rassie van der Dussen. He gets beaten. He's out in front of himself, but it's the one that beats the outside edge. And that is a great delivery. Perfect length. Hitting the top of the stumps.
And that one turning as well.
Yeah, let's have a look at the 3 deliveries. All of them sliding on, trapping Zorzi in front. This one slides on inside edge. And then this one slides on. That's the one just before the one that slid on. So that was the real thinking point for Van der Dussen. Check how much that one's turned. And then this one slides on. Really difficult to read.
Oh, he's got another one. Wow, what a day he's having. Simon Arger's having an absolute blinder at the moment. This is sensational stuff from him.
I cannot believe that in 28 one-day internationals in his career he's picked up 10 wickets, because he has looked like an absolute wizard out here against South Africa today. That was fantastic again. It's the delivery that lands in the perfect area, doesn't turn, keeps on going with the angle, slides on, beats the outside edge. Boy, oh boy, what an impact he is having. Salman Agaha is on fire. Tristan Stubbs goes for just the one. 4 down now for South Africa, 88 on the board.
के इस आलमी दिन पर सिंजेंटा की है दुआ, शाद रहे किसान, आबाद रहे पाकिस्तान। सिंजेंटा, हमारी जमीन हमारी जिम्मेदारी।
Enjoy unlimited free deliveries and order on and on and on with Panda Pro. Panda.
Come on, one more boy. Idini boy. Stand up. मुझे लग रहा है मेरे पास आ रहा है जरा शाबाश। Yeah, boy.
Henrik Klaasen.
Oh, yeah. Good bowling.
Someone on the front foot. Henrik Klaasen.
Oh, yeah. Good bowling.
Someone on the front foot. Well, what about this from Salman?
Oh, yeah.
Career best for him is 4 for 20 from just 4 overs. It's 88 for 4 now.
इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
It's all happened very quickly. And Pakistan will feel they've turned this one brilliantly, and they can continue with their momentum and keep the ascendancy. And look at these wickets. And Ash, as you watch this, I mean, certainly watching from the back of the room, it's kind of everyone on the back foot and the ball not necessarily turning or playing any tricks.
Yeah, there was one delivery there that cut Rassie van der Dussen in half. That was the one that really spun. The rest of them pretty much gone on with the angle.
Off the edge, and it evades slip. Top work in the deep by Babar Azam to prevent it going for 4. You give Pakistan a sniff, well, you'll be in trouble.
Yeah, they've certainly got their tails up at the moment. There's a lot of chatter out there. Haris Rauf wondering perhaps if he could have another slip in there. 80 for 4. Go for the jugular, that's what they'd be thinking.
Yeah. Skipper requested and doesn't quite oblige. He says, please can I have 2 there? He says, no, just putting him at mid-on. Nicely played, just a single. Naseem has early on presented some difficulty with the ball swinging away from the left-handers. They played the ones coming into them really well, De Zorzi and Rickleton. But it's the spin or lack of it, actually. Lack of turn from Salman. Started off okay, actually, against the spinners. Heart in mouth stuff. Action just about every ball. And the action that South Africa wouldn't really like. It's the expectation of a wicket.
Yeah, they just want to bring some level of calm to this innings after cluster of wickets falling. And as you say, it was more the lack of turn, and South Africa did start quite well, particularly Tony De Zorzi with some lovely shots over extra cover. And then played back to one that just slid on with the arm. Rickleton did almost exactly the same thing. And the 2 right-handed dismissals were almost exactly the same thing as well.
And now must reflect from off the park, having got some starts, and will feel have thrown those away because nothing magical happened in an age where mystery spin can get you. 2 slips now. Nearly in business. 93 for 4.
कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
जैज़ के पास हर नीड का हल है। बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
As a collective, they'll be very happy that the wickets column tallies to 4 down, despite it being one bowler who's taken all those wickets, and work together as a group.
Oh yeah, buddy.
There he goes again, Salman. And because he's taken the wickets, everybody else who comes in will play him cautiously.
That one just gone straight on and almost identical. Those two, as we said, going straight on to crash into off stump. I suppose particularly I would say Tristan Stubbs will be disappointed at the angle of his bat. Even though he played back, if he'd kept his bat in a more vertical position, would have had a better chance of making contact, but it's an angled bat.
Enlighten us on why they keep choosing to play back to him on a good length, and they still sort of go back, each one of them.
Yeah, I think that's another good point, Pommy. The fact that when they look at it now, probably be saying, I should be and I could be forward to that.
Just about everyone has chosen to play him off the pitch and from the crease. And it's emboldened Salman to just get fuller and fuller, continually threatening the stumps. This again. Another good one. Just one from that. 16 overs done. It's 94 for 4 and time for a drink.
Enjoy unlimited free deliveries and order on and on and on with Panda Pro. Food Panda.
हमदर्द जुशांदा का एक पैकेट बॉईल करें, दिन में 2 बार पिएं और खांसी और नेज़ल कंजेशन को जड़ से खत्म करें। नो केमिकल्स, नो साइड इफेक्ट्स। आप भी अपनी सेहत को नेचुरली ठीक रखें विद हमदर्द जुशांदा।
किसानों के इस आलमी दिन पर सिंजेंटा की है दुआ, शाद रहे किसान, आबाद रहे पाकिस्तान। सिंजेंटा, हमारी जमीन, हमारी जिम्मेदारी।
इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
हमदर्द जुशांदा का एक पैकेट बॉईल करें, दिन में 2 बार पिएं और खांसी और नेज़ल कंजेशन को जड़ से खत्म करें। नो केमिकल्स, नो साइड इफेक्ट्स। आप भी अपनी सेहत को नेचुरली ठीक रखें विद हमदर्द जुशांदा।
कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
Enjoy unlimited free deliveries and order on and on and on with Panda Pro. Food Panda.
Particularly by Ryan Rickleton. And both would feel that they got themselves in. When the spin came on, look at that, the aggression from De Zorzi, so good of extra cover, and the pressure was firmly on Pakistan. And then 4 wickets, somewhat inexplicably, because it's not as though Salman Aliaga is a mystery spinner. Bowls off spin, misjudgment of the length. He thought it was too high, it was crashing into the stumps. Pretty much the same thing there. And then the right-handers come in and they do the same thing. And quite odd, really, that an off-spinner who's trying to stay on the stumps to kind of, as a precaution, as a defensive measure, has ended up taking all 4 wickets.
And the board. No.
Yeah, and as you say, it's orthodox off spin. I think those batters looking back at that will be probably a little bit disappointed that all of them have looked to play predominantly off the back foot where they could have been forward.
Oh, hello. Hello. Taken by surprise, it seems. That's just reared up. But higher off the length than Markram expected.
At times, at Boland Park, the surface can be slightly slower in the daytime, and you expect with Pakistani's pace on the ball that it'd be nicer to face the seamers. With the extra pace on the ball, you can play strokes like that, and the kind of strokes that we saw early on from Dazorzi and Ryan Rickleton. That one just seemed to bounce a little bit more for length, a bit steeper than what Aiden Markram expected. Affords Heinrich Klaasen just to lean into this one and punch it straight down the ground.
Yeah, it's the order of the day after the mayhem. The over's 19.5 to 13.4. 9.5, I should say, to 13.4. All 4 wickets going in that period. 4 overs between the 2 boundaries. Haris Rauf having gone for 4 and the Dussen hitting that. And if they just bat normally for a period of time and bed in, they can. We know how well they can play, Klaasen and Markram, and at the back end can then do some damage. There's still a lot of batting to be done here. Nice shot. It'll just be a single, and Klaasen will keep this strike. 102 for 4.
किसानों के इस आलमी दिन पर सिंजेंटा की है दुआ, शाद रहे किसान, आबाद रहे पाकिस्तान। सिंजेंटा, हमारी जमीन, हमारी जिम्मेदारी।
अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ। हम सब बोलेंगे बूम 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 बूम, हम सब बोलेंगे बूम 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 बूम, हम सब बोलेंगे।
जैज़ के पास हर नीड का हल है, बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
दूर 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 दूर।
66% of his deliveries have been hitting the stumps. Salman. And I said earlier, Ash, that he would have been trying to stay on the stumps. Particularly when he came on and the way the game was going. Stay on the stumps to ensure that he doesn't give any width and it would have been from a defensive perspective. And I asked before, and just watching from the side, thinking, in an age where there's so many who do all these flicks and tricks, is there something we're not seeing that the batters were sort of looking for out the hand and having to play off the pitch?
Oh yes,
on the eye so far, it looks like orthodox off spin palm. No sort of mystery deliveries, but I think pretty good in terms of varying his pace. But it is a debate that I do have with some players sometimes, the dominating the channel versus dominating the line of the stumps, whether that's against seam or spin. You can get beaten in the channel, you're still batting. If you get beaten on the line of the stumps, you're not batting.
As obvious as it seems, it's a fair shout. 105 for 4.
इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
जैज़ के पास हर नीड का हल है। बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ। हम सब बोलेंगे बूम 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 बूम। हम सब बोलेंगे बूम 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 बूम। हम सब बोलेंगे।
ठीक है वो ठीक है।
A couple of wickets have fallen, and so you try and take advantage of that. But they wouldn't really be going to him as an drive at home, so to